What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. In this video I want to talk about ways that players can farm exotics in Destiny 2. This will be things that both new light players and veteran players alike can take advantage of. So if the video is helpful, guys, hit the like button. It does make a big difference. Even better, subscribe and come back for more videos and live streams right here on YouTube. I want to thank you guys for always supporting this channel. So the one thing I want to talk about first is the Nightfall. Now, one of the new things here in Shadowkeep is the Nightfall, the Ordeal. And this is something that new light players do have access to, with one caveat. You want to make sure that it is a year one strike. So in this particular case right now, the strike is Echo Mesa. So we know that that is the Pyramidian strike, which is an original year one strike. The Nightfall, the Ordeal is one of the best ways of getting exotics in the game right now. In particular, you want to do the hero or the legend difficulty. Those are the ones that I'd recommend the most. You can do the master one. Obviously, if you're doing the master difficulty, more than likely you already have every exotic. But both of these, hero at 920 and legend at 950, have a very reliable drop rate for exotics. 950, of course, will be much more often, but 920 is also very good to do as well. This will be really helpful, I think, if you're a solo player. You can jump into the hero version, which is match made. And in my experience, you can get an exotic roughly every 3, 4, maybe 5 runs. You will get an exotic weapon or armor. So this will be a great way for solo players to take advantage of getting exotics in Destiny 2. Legend, like I said, will give you more of these. But this is not match made, and it is significantly more difficult. So if you have a fire team, if you have a higher light level, this will be something that I'd recommend taking advantage of. Sometimes it's a very difficult Nightfall, in which case it might be better just to be a bit more chill and do the 920 version. Both of these, though, are amazing ways of getting exotics. In my opinion, the most reliable way of getting exotics outside of Xur. Now, for veteran players, you guys know Xur. He comes around every weekend. He hangs out in different locations. Right now, for this week, he is over here in Io. And each week he'll go to a different location. Sometimes he'll be on Io, sometimes he'll be in the EDZ. But every single week he has with him a selection of exotic weapons and armor. Rather, he has one weapon and 3 pieces of armor. So make sure you're always buying these every single week. Even if you do not play with that class, I recommend picking everything up. Number one, you may end up using it eventually, but also you want to add to your collection. The more things you have in your collection, the greater the likelihood is that when you do get a random exotic, whether it be from a milestone or a random drop, it'll be something you don't have, or it'll have a likelihood of being something you don't have. So for that reason, visit Xur every single week, save up enough shards. These don't cost that much, so each week save up enough shards to buy everything he has. He also sells a faded engram. Now the reason why these are really cool, they do cost a lot more, but the reason why these are cool is because these will be something you don't have in your collections. Now there is some exceptions to that. It will not have anything that's brand new, so it won't have anything from Shadowkeep or Year 3, and this will also not have any quest weapons or any raid weapons, so keep that in mind. Faded engram is a great way of helping to round out your collection, but it does have some limitations and it does cost quite a bit. Even with that said, always pick these up. The one downside is the armor pieces, they do have pretty low stat rolls to them, but your concern is more getting those into your collections than it is getting some amazing rolls on them. So Xur is something that everybody should be taking advantage of. Again, veteran players know about this, but if you're a new light player, you may not quite be aware that this guy comes around every single weekend. So Nightfall, the Ordeal, we have Xur. Those are some of the best and most reliable ways. Now there is one last thing we'll touch upon here, and that is the materials exchange from Spider. So let me fast travel here back to the starting point. And what I'm talking about right now is each week you can buy materials. And some of these materials you can exchange for rank up packages. And that's what I'll do right now really quick here at the end of this video. This is not a very high percentage chance of getting exotic, but it is still a way to get them. And you will also get a bunch of enhancement cores and mod components. Both of those will be very, very useful for leveling up and masterworking your weapons and armor. So right now, I'm not going to go through all these, but really quick, I bought some of these here from Spider. So I bought Phase Glass. Spider is the vendor over in Tangled Shore, and every now and again he sells materials for legendary shards. So what you want to do more or less is just buy a bunch of these, and when you turn them in, there's a very low chance that one will be an exotic. Now you're not doing this to farm exotics per se, you're doing this to get materials, you're doing this to get masterwork weapons and armor. But this will be a backup way, if you have an abundance of materials, of getting an exotic weapon or armor. Now, this will not be raid weapons, this will not be anything quest related, but it will still be a way of getting exotics. In my experience, when you turn in roughly 2,000 materials, you'll get one exotic. So, very low chance, but still one way that players could do this. So, those are going to be some things you can do. Obviously, we're not going to go through all of these because that'd be a way long video and it won't be really useful. But that'll be one way you can do it. So, we have materials exchange, we have Xur, we have the Nightfall, the Ordeal. That's the one I'd recommend the most. Outside of that, you're pretty much left to all of your weekly milestones here. So anything that says a weekly challenge that will give you powerful gear, that is a smaller chance of being an exotic. So those are the best ways, the only ways really to farm outside of the very, very rare random drop. But guys, is there anything that looks cooler than seeing an exotic engram sitting on the ground? Just looks awesome. So let me know in the comments, guys, if this was helpful. I hope it is. If you're a new light player, I hope this is really helpful for you guys. Again, hit that like button, subscribe for more videos. Thank you guys so much for watching. Best of luck getting exotics, and I can't wait to see you guys soon. See you guys.